Hi, guys, and welcome to the first podcast episode of the Daily Scope. Today, I am your host, co-host, eternally. We got our host Zisk, and we got our another co-host, Slanky7. Uh,
So yeah,
so
How are we
yeah.
doing?
So welcome. Anyways, have you guys seen that the super glue thing on a
oh
girl
my
who super
god,
glued her
the
hair because she didn't have hairspray? So what's your
Bro,
guys' thoughts on that?
bro.
it's some of the funniest things I've ever seen that someone thought like Gorilla there's like a cream that hardens your hair so it'll stay in for a day but it washes out. She put Gorilla Glue in her hair. Like what?
Also, my question is, how was that even like near her? How'd you even think of just
How would
putting
you
that in her hair?
yeah like how would you ever like decide to put like super glue into your hair like
Ah,
Like
yes, Gorilla Glue. That looks
like
perfect to put in my hair.
like Gorilla Glue holds up buildings and structures with epoxy and then
and
why
then you
would you
decide to put it in your hair?
bro, the plays, man.
Yeah, bro. It gives your hair nice stability. But also, if you saw her on TikTok, she literally got donations for it and sued the company for like, I don't know, millions of dollars. And she actually won that. How?
Yeah, that's the
It's a trend now. This guy who lost custody of his daughter, her his daughter's baby mama, put put super glue in his kid's hair without his consent, and he has to probably pay for the surgery now.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. All these
didn't
people are trying to get money from whatever company they do this from. And the company's just staring at these, just like, are you kidding me?
Well, no. What do you guys think of the whole like she went to the ER and all that? Like,
I think
I
it's a
think
whack. Just get the shaver out and just go bzzz, give her a nice buzz cut.
a plastic surgeon did it for free, bro. That's expensive. That's like $2,000 worth of
like
operation.
have you guys ever done something to your hair like where you had to go somewhere for like have you done something stupid to your hair like that or something?
Like I've cut my
I've
hair.
gotten gum put in my hair.
Like
That
I've,
wasn't a
I've
fun time, I'm being honest.
I've cut my hair and then I had to go get a buzz cut, but like other than that, not like anything crazy, like super glue or anything.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but
So
also
somebody just asked, what do you guys think of Trump being acquitted?
Honestly, I am not into politics. I do not like either of the candidates, so
I don't even know what that means, so
So
I
acquitted basically means he got released, I believe. Like he didn't get charged.
yeah, he didn't get any charges
oh.
on the things, which I thought was expected because I think most of the Congress is Republican.
I think
Mm,
that maybe I don't know, but yeah, I think.
I don't
But I mean, we're not trying to do political, but I think that I mean the vote is the vote, and if the acquitted wins, I think that it wins.
Yeah.
I could really care less about politics, I'm gonna be honest. It's not my type of thing. Like I
Yeah.
used to be crazy into it, but I just realized that I'm
Like
13 and
I
don't
don't
have any actual say.
I don't get a vote for another 4 years. I don't like have to pay taxes for another 4 years.
Bro, you
So
lucky. I don't get to vote for another 8 years.
what? Oh yeah,
Because I'm gonna be 17.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and what do you
That's
guys
amazing.
also think of? So today is also Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. What do you guys think of
Thank.
just Valentine's Day in
Thank
general?
you.
I think it's pretty boring. Like
I don't
Yeah, there's
understand.
not
I
much
really
to it.
don't
I guess
understand. I don't understand the
free
point of Valentine's
chocolates?
Day.
like I
Well, we
like
can't
learning
say
about.
anything since we're all lonely, so
Nah. But anyways,
let's be honest here.
do you guys really like understand the point of it though?
Isn't it
I
Cupid?
guess.
Like hire Cupid to shoot your crush with like a love arrow. Learn that in kindergarten, bro. Cupid.
Just shoot him with like a steel-tipped arrow. That's great.
That sounds very illegal.
Yeah. Especially it's a baby.
That's only it's pretty legal. I don't know what you mean. I mean, like you just walk up to someone and just shoot arrow through their heart. He's like, "You took my heart." And it's just like, "Oh Lord." Be pretty romantic on the street, but I mean, like, not the after fact. It'd be in the morgue, so
Unless you miss.
unless you miss. Oh God, you have to keep up the act if you hit like an elderly woman or something. That'd be even worse. Oh, that poor woman.
Lawsuit moment.
a lot.
I just put Gorilla Glue in my hair and blame it on her, all right? I'll get money from her, all right? It'll work.
I mean, well, do you guys think she should have got money though?
No.
No, that's her own problem. And
Okay.
it's not anything like that's gonna literally risk her life. It's hair. Just shave it.
And like, do you guys also think that she should have got like attacked for it, like how people were attacking her on social media? Like,
If she was for what she did, I think that's fair enough.
Okay. Okay. The thing
Because
is,
she's
like,
trying to sue the company over that.
if like it, I get it. It quote unquote doesn't say don't put it in your hair, but it says don't put it on your skin. So if you put it on your skin, you have a scalp under your hair, so it's probably gonna touch your scalp somehow. Don't put it in your hair. Like that's common sense.
And what is she suing on the context for?
I don't, I
That the
don't think,
bottle was
I don't think she could sue because there's labels on it that say this could be harmful to skin or.
Yeah, and with most companies, when you buy the product, you're literally consenting to whatever's on that. You cannot sue the company if you throw it on your skin or something or stuff like that. Because what?
But then again, if the little like thing says must read before, like you have to read this caution before use, and if it doesn't say that and she did that, I think that's a loophole where Gorilla Glue could get sued because it didn't say must read
Yeah,
before use.
that's a huge loophole. But she sued on the
Yeah.
context that it was their fault that she sprayed it into her hair. Like someone just went over there and was like, "Yeah, come here. I'm gonna spray it into your hair. It was nice and sturdy.
All right,
I'm gonna make a mohawk out of that thing."
we have a
Oh, the Call Me
question from
Carson
the
situation.
chat. Call Me Carson situation. So, what do you guys think of the whole Call Me Carson situation? Even though that was like a few weeks ago.
Okay, so he on Steam there's a game about like a 14 or 13-year-old girl getting pregnant, and it's like a 10-minute game. He had like I think 13 hours or something. He had a lot
No,
of
it was like I think it's like almost 1,000.
yeah, he had a
It was a ton of hours, and like I know he did it for the joke, but that's
okay.
not a very good joke.
Who's
But
got
I'm
but
gonna
then
be
when it
honest.
comes out, that he was also a child groomer
yeah.
and possibly solicited photos to underage girls,
Fan.
that doesn't make the game situation look any better either.
Yeah,
And
no,
who's
that
got
like
who's got 3 hours to burn on a game as a joke?
yeah, and he said
But you
that,
also
and
you
there's
also got to consider that he could have left the game open, but
yeah,
Well, I
but for
think
a
it's like a
1,000 hours,
I think it's like a multiple course thing where you have to like decide whether
it's a
like
slideshow.
yeah, it's like a slideshow. I don't know.
All right, let's see. If he AFK'd on that game, it would be almost 42 days worth of just AFK. Who
Yo,
would do that?
who got 42 days? And when did it come out? When did it come out?
Probably a long time ago. I haven't searched it up personally.
um,
I gotta say.
what do you guys think, that he should be like incriminated for it, or?
It's a hard
Oh,
situation because there's a lot of context that haven't been given here because they're saying he was 19 and it was 17, which I personally think that's like not a huge age gap, and there could have been
but
like a weird relationship there, but they're also saying that he like groomed him into it. I don't know.
and he
Well, and
if
then did you see that some of the people from Lunchbox came out against him and said that he told them to
yeah.
keep quiet too? I mean, like, what do you guys think of
Yeah,
that whole like? Should they have stood quiet or?
okay, the thing is if someone's telling you to keep quiet about something and they are making threats to you that they'll kill you and stuff, then you know they're obviously doing something wrong and they should be in jail for it. But like if they're just
yeah,
like, hey bro, don't tell anyone about this, this is important to me, like say a family member died or like something like that, and that's something that's fine. But if you're like giving them threats where if they send it or like tell anyone they'll kill you, like that's a death threat. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
he should be
yeah.
incriminated.
That I think it was egregiously screwed up how he went about it because I've heard that he tried to force this person into like a relationship of some kind or like sending them nudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. So if that's true, which I don't know what's true and what's not at this point, because there's like a huge conflict between like on TikTok personally, there's a huge conflict between like these people are saying that he's should be incriminated, then his supporters, it's a huge
Yeah.
gap. And personally, I don't know if any of you get that vibe, but I've always gotten that vibe from him. Like he's been a super cool guy, but
Yeah,
I
it
don't
seems
know. I
like it's
always
all
gotten a
the
creepy vibe from him.
seems like all the funny people do it. Okay, so we have another question. The difference between Call Me Carson and Gemini Official. So,
Well, Gemini is just egregiously okay. I don't want to use
so
that language on the stream, but
what do you guys think of Gemini before we compare them?
Okay.
Gemini should be locked up. What he did was egregiously screwed up. That was, oh my
Should
God.
Didn't he
should
have intercourse with the underage girl?
I believe so?
Yeah, and he asked, and I think he asked for nudes, like forced her into it. Like, I don't like, I
Like, do you think? Do
personally,
you think?
Guys
Do
on
you
to
think?
the max. Like,
Do you
come on,
think
bro.
he should just completely delete all of his social media accounts and just disappear?
Who, Gemini?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the internet forced him for it, but I don't think there's going to be any loss from it. Because personally, that was when I heard about that. Like, I used to support that guy like really a lot because he used to be a super funny creator back in like
Yeah,
2019.
like when he did the what turns guys on to the max, and then like did the and falling backwards. That was hilarious.
Then
Like
for like some people that were like he's his old peppermint videos, like that's what I usually follow them for. But my God, yeah, he used to have like these super old like "Can I have a peppermint" videos, probably back in like 2018-ish. I don't know.
I
Yeah.
never seen one.
Do you think?
Like,
Do you think that like when he got banned off of TikTok, he should have even came back, or should he just have left?
I mean, if he's trying not to get arrested, he did the right thing because I don't personally agree with cancel culture, but
Yes.
that time that was perfectly okay because that was a totally screwed up situation that should have that
Okay.
had to be
Okay.
put in place.
Yeah,
If
actually, yeah. Wait, actually, yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on like cancel culture? Like, just like
I
cancel.
okay. A lot of things about cancel culture are good. Some things are, or other way around. A lot of things about cancel culture are bad. Some things are good. Like people try to cancel Johnny Depp, but his girlfriend was beating like him, like getting into physical fights, and people tried to cancel Johnny Depp for being beat, but they didn't know that. So like they didn't know both sides. So a lot of the times they just jump to conclusions and go really quickly, like if they
Yeah,
don't have time for it to evaluate it.
I gotta say, the people in cancel culture, I don't think they get a ton of, or they don't look for news. They're usually just on Twitter and TikTok, and they just believe whatever they see. Like, that's not an attack at actual cancel culture that cancels real people that need to be canceled. But it's for the people that try to act like cancel culture that just totally attack people, no reason. Because, like,
Yeah.
or like the Technoblade situation where he said, what is it? Did you think Hitler was a lesbian? Probably 4 years back, 4 or 5 years back, and people try to cancel him over that because it was a different time, or because he just said it in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Like okay. Do you guys think if Gemini official and Call Me Carson go to jail, do you think they should be in protection in the prison, or do you think they should be public access in the prison?
I, it's a hard choice because like Carson, he's on like the teeter-totter edge of what's
I
happening.
feel like
Gemini,
Gemini
Gemini
should
shouldn't
be.
get zero protection.
Well, and then it zeroes back into Tony Lopez too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
should he also be with Gemini, or should he be with Carson, or is he
and
like
also
on the
like
fence?
Zoe Laverne,
But the thing
like
is,
those
if,
situations.
Oh yeah. Zoe Laverne is a whole nother story. How she says that she was.
oh, she kissed a 13-year-old.
Yeah, and then she said that she was pregnant like a few months after.
Yeah, I know. It's like the dumbest stuff, and cancel culture doesn't work for those.
But the thing is, if they're not in protection, they're gonna die most likely. When the
Thank you,
word gets
Becca.
out, their cellies probably just gonna let anyone in. Probably because like they're not in a team; they're just in the same cell. And like the guards are there to make sure they don't get out, not to like protect them most likely, unless they're in containment or like
All right.
in protection.
Someone's asking in chat, what did Tony Lopez do? I'm pretty sure he
He was
what was it? It
basically
was
the
like
equivalent of a child groomer, essentially.
yeah, he was just child grooming at that point.
Essentially.
And he's still on the app, which is confusing.
But yeah, it all goes back to Gemini and Call Me Carson, like why they're also on social media. Well, and then
Ugh.
somebody reported Call Me Carson to the police for it too.
Yeah, but I don't know. That situation's super teeter-totter edge because some of you might not agree with me, but set 16 or 17 to 19 that gap is so tiny that I just really don't understand the whole situation. And I haven't gotten like any true information out of it. Because people, or was it like the DJ, or is it, you know that Cold Stone guy on TikTok?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
who was
Yeah.
for
So
like
I've
conversion therapy or something.
yeah, so I've personally seen the video where he commented on, and I kind of think that that was like the hugest misinterpretation because it was about conversion therapy. He said, "Wow, talking about big topics." People thought he was talking about that,
Yeah.
like talking about how he supported conversion therapy, even though he gave an apology
I
over
don't.
the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand cancel culture half the time. Why they attack people for no reason.
And like the thing is, like, I don't find him as a bad guy. Like, I don't see him as a terrible guy just because he made one slip up and people misinterpret it. If he did really mean that, that's kind of messed up, bro. Like in my personal eyes, like conversion therapy doesn't work. But that's just me. That's just my personal thoughts. But like if he believes it, they believes it, bro. He's shouldn't go to jail for having beliefs. Like that's against the Constitution to put someone in jail for having beliefs, man.
Yeah, and then somebody in the chat
Yeah.
said Carson won't. Yeah, unless they
What do you
prove that
guys?
Carson actually
Yeah.
sent or received nudes, he won't be going to jail at all.
All right. Okay, so another person asked, "What do you guys think about Dream?"
Um, I think he's overrated, personally.
Okay, there was like on TikTok there was a cheating scandal where he quote unquote cheated when he placed a piece of TNT down, blew it up, got 64 straight away of netherrack into his inventory, and I tested that out. Yeah, I got 64. I got 2 stacks of 64 in less than a second
Yeah,
because
I know.
in Java it like clumps up Uh, and like, so I don't think he's that like a cheater, but I think he either got really lucky or had a fixed seed or like a broken seed where he got everything instantly in his world record speedrun that officially has not been accepted by the world speedrun community and like the official site of speedruns. So
Yeah.
Well, but I also
Uh,
think that he's kind of a phony too, because remember that one time how he was bunched up in that corner in that cave, and Bad Boy Halo switched to hit him with a dirt like 5 times, and then switched to his axe, and they all backed off while he was healing.
yeah,
Like
Yeah,
if they wanted
I
to
think
end the
there's a little
speedrun,
bit
they
of
could have
staging
ended it.
there.
Yeah, that's what
it,
I
it,
think.
Yeah, there's a little bit of
well,
also, I think
but
people just I personally think he's a fine content creator. I think his content's actually pretty funny when it comes to it, but the actual fandom itself is
But
the
it's just his
problem.
fans. It's his fans that are bad.
like I don't mind the Dream SMP, just sometimes it's extremely cringy. Like I don't mind that
Yeah.
they play Minecraft and they're having fun on SMP. I mind that they do extremely cringy stuff and it just kind of annoys me. I've got on people for watching it and actually enjoying it for like hours at a time because I just don't find it entertaining at all.
Yeah, this I don't know. I don't think you two watch anime, but this is like the same thing at the fandom. They do a bunch of gay shipping. Like it is out it's like an insane amount of it. And I've personally seen it on TikTok. These like
Wait,
cute or
what
these
anime?
huge artists make or like these artists, small artists make like these gay ships and everything and oh my lord.
Wait, which anime? Which anime? Anime.
Just pretty much any anime, like probably like mainstream
Oh,
animes.
like
Like I've seen AOT, I've seen Haiku, I've seen pretty much everything have a gay ship in it. That they're like egregiously straight. Like it's totally fine that I personally think that you'll take those ships, but after you start attacking people for doing other ships that are like purely straight ships, then I don't know at that point.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean My Hero Academia? Because I've heard a lot of like ships on that. I'm pretty sure.
Oh
Hunter,
my God.
yeah,
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter and My Academia. Oh my. And
dude.
those are the same. Like, there's this character. I'm just gonna explain to you two. There's this character called Hisoka, that is a literal child pedophile, and people romanticize that. I'm like, huh? I'm
Yeah.
like, why do you romanticize that?
Okay, and I've seen on TikTok girls for like thinking like people who've killed their parents is hot. I'm like, what, bro? That's whack. That ain't it, chief.
Yeah, or they like support, or they like simp over a serial killer or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Like, what's the dude? There's some dude that just was on trial, and there was like a huge scandal about it, and people were like,
Hold that thought. We are out of time.
yeah.
All right, 5 minute intermission. We will be back. All right, and we are back, and we have a special guest, Ben.
Hi.
He's
Okay,
really nerd.
so give me 1 second. I gotta just disable that.
What it do? Flight crew, FTC.
All right, so now we have Ben on stream. So Ben, what are your thoughts on Cyberpunk?
Um, so far, it's like super buggy and it kind of looks trash.
Yeah.
But
Well,
otherwise, I don't know much about it.
and what are your guys' thoughts on Cyberpunk? I mean, I personally think it does not seem worth $60.
Oh God, worth the $60 price tag? No bueno. I gotta say,
What?
it feels like they just wanked Unity physics into that and just chucked it in the game. Because if you throw a body in the water, that thing just disappears.
Well, see,
No
Okay.
animation.
well,
Oh,
it
go.
seems like
Keep
they
going.
released like an unfinished game too, though. Like the game doesn't seem finished. Nothing seems finished in the game.
Yeah, it seems rushed.
Like it seems like
Yeah,
they didn't bring any of the promised NPCs or anything.
I personally think that it might be partially community's fault because they did rush them pretty fast because they were getting a lot of hate on Twitter, a lot of hate on different platforms.
But I also
We're not
like,
getting this game out in time.
I think that it's also their fault too for just not sticking to their gut instinct and just rushing it because they could just tuck tail right now and just leave with all the money they collected.
Okay, I think they made the game too much for our common computers to handle. My brother has a 3090 creators edition and it barely runs 60 FPS. Think about that. That's a $2,000 graphics card, barely runs 60 FPS.
Well,
I know it's
I
bloody.
think
The game.
like I think apart from the main storyline, it's just too much story. Like there's just too
Yeah.
much to do. Like it's just overwhelming with how much there is to do.
And I think they
Yeah.
went into too much detail about what the characters are doing. Like some of the we know what I'm talking about. Some of the more inappropriate scenes for like a public game that a 9-year-old could get to if their parents didn't know about it.
I mean,
Like
like something like that. I don't really think that's the problem because what is it?
The problem
Like
is
GTA. That has a bunch of adult content. Cyberpunk says that there's adult content in it. They're not going to get sued for any legal action if the child gets into that.
no,
So I don't think that's.
well, yeah,
I
see,
don't
because
think that's really
that's
the
the
problem.
parents' problem for not monitoring their child.
but then again,
Yeah,
I think they went a little too far. Like you can design, you know what I'm talking about.
I think the whole part of that game. I think it was supposed to add on to the fact that's supposed to be like an open world, like a futuristic GTA. But I personally think they worked way too much on graphics and not the physics.
Yeah.
See, the
The
game
game's-
seems very broken, and it seems like every update they come out with, it has a bunch of it's very unhappy in that, like the whole Steam issue is how when the game is completely broken, Steam won't issue any refunds for the game, even though the game is majorly broken. There's many bugs, and like everything is just doesn't work, and Steam doesn't issue refunds for it.
Yeah, I think they put way too much in like how it looks instead of how it like the game plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just gonna make a game, I would say that graphics are like one of the things that almost to the last. They're
Yeah.
very much last because that's not what makes the game. The game is what like the actual storyline's about, the NPCs, character building.
That's why Madden, like MLB The Show, all those sports games aren't good anymore because the physics are buggy and like it's just the same thing every time. And then you got these overpowered cards like you can pay $80 for a Nolan Arenado card, and if you barely hit it, it's going into the outfield no matter what. Like, really, it's pay to win all the time. Like FIFA, don't even get me started with that. It's just not fun to play. Like,
Oh my god, those games.
no.
The only reason I would play those games is to play with my friends.
Yeah,
Like-
like how we did at Halloween. Like we played NHL The Show. Like,
Well, yeah,
Like,
but
that's fun against
But
friends.
see, it's everything's overhyped, and then people get mad when it's overhyped, and they waste all their money on it.
I personally think people hype those games up too much because there's literally no change in it. I've never seen a change from, let's say, like NHL 17 to NHL, the new one, NHL 21. Aside from new graphics, new players, and different stat lineups, I don't know. I don't see any different.
okay, so MLB The Show 19 or no, 20. No, yeah, 19. I really love that game, and It was so much fun. So I thought the next game was gonna be just as much heat. So I spent $100, so $60 on the game and $40 on packs, and I got a 99 overall Javier Baez. Played the show 20 twice. I played it twice, bro.
Yeah,
$100
that's like the thing.
playing
Like
it
it's
twice.
overhyped. Like people like get ahead of themselves when they overhype everything. All right.
Yeah.
We are already 5 minutes into the section. So, Ben, do you have any questions at all?
I do not.
All right. Then let's go back and see if there's any old questions in the chat. Okay. What do you guys think about the 100-car pileup in Fort Worth, Texas? Ben, you can go first.
I didn't like don't know about it at all, but I just know it's a big mess.
So I think that like there was no reason that FedEx truck should have been going that fast and to the start when there was icy highways. Like that FedEx
Didn't-
truck was hauling like 80.
Didn't like
Well-
6 people die
It was
or
like
something?
it was like 8 fatalities and like 60 or like 36 injuries.
And
I haven't heard a ton about it personally, but oh my god, when I heard about it, I was like, how'd that happen?
First off, one, with Corona, probably most of the hospitals are probably packed. And secondly, eight people died.
But
people.
no, did you see how fast that FedEx truck was going on the icy highways?
No, I didn't see it.
It was going like 80 miles an hour and it hit like a bunch of cars head on and it flew over a bunch of cars.
Are you kidding me? I mean, it is Texas. People don't really know about like icy roads, doing like possibly
See,
like northern
it's
states.
It's this whole thing with this trucking industry though now. Like you have to like make time, like you have to cover ground really quickly or you won't make any money.
You won't have a job at that point. I think that's personally stupid that it was because like personally my granddad lives in Texas and when we looked at it, it was like he said that it was almost getting to 0 degrees in the night. I was like, holy crap. In
That-
Texas of all things?
Even like higher up Texas near I don't know my states.
Like
Like higher up towards like Canada. I don't know, dude. Even though it's farther away from the equator, that's still hot for Texas.
yeah, but my granddad lives, I would literally say, in the middle of nowhere. Like, seriously, he lives 30 minutes away from, like, the nearest town, and it's not even that big of a town. And when he sent pictures over, literally everything was iced over. His plants, his pool, his driveway. I don't think he can even get out of there, personally, because he doesn't have the right tires for that, and he drives in Ford F-150, which is not very good for, I would say, snow.
But
Like,
then
what
there's
year?
like no reason for people to be going that fast when the highway's iced over.
Yeah, and what Becca said in the chat, those 3 semis that were also speeding on the highways were a huge part to blame because why would you
Okay.
speed on highway on icy weather?
Okay. I think I'm guessing they were Swift or like a lower quality semi truck because like they don't hire people on how good they're driving. They hire people on how fast they can get there.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's like
because it's about the money, not the safety anymore. It's just
Yeah,
about-
most of these people like Amazon, FedEx, or independent contractors,
yeah.
so that every single time they do something or like do this huge package run, they get the money. Like personally, my hockey coach is a pilot, and he's an independent contractor.
Well,
So
yeah,
every
and then-
single time he flies, he gets the money. So how fast he does it and how frequently he does it is how much money he gets, which is a huge factor.
But the thing about these major corporations is that they don't have enough time to do just tests. Like Amazon or FedEx, like they're major corporations. They don't have any time to do anything.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think every hour you're past what it was supposed to be delivered by is $60 deducted from what you get. Like if it's like a semi or something, not like a FedEx truck, because I don't think so.
Yeah, I think just I think that just whole situation in general is kind of weird because independent contracting for a company like that doesn't really even make sense.
Yeah.
Or I mean, it kind of makes sense because you need your own trucks and everything. But the only reason I would think that independent contracting makes sense is for like food delivery.
Yeah.
That's what I would actually make sense out of.
Going
that.
back to the chat, somebody asked why is Ben
Ben's
so
not
quiet.
talking. Ben's not talking.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, do you have anything that you want to ask us? Like, any questions, topics, or anything?
I don't actually. I'm still thinking.
Like,
All
okay,
right.
if you're driving, like I think semis are like 12 tons, they're extremely heavy,
Well, plus
and
the load in it.
you're in the 16th gear, which I think there are 16 like I think that's what semis are. They're not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 for sports cars. I think they have 16 or 12 gears. If you're in the 12th gear going that quick on a icy road, I don't think you should be in control of that
But
much power.
see, with the load in the truck though, if you have to slam on your brakes, like the whole load in the back is gonna come through the cab. It's gonna have so much force that everything is in the back. It's gonna go right through the cab.
Hey Connor, someone asked you to be their Valentine.
Brendan, I'll drop the snap in a quick second. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we don't know. Ben's still thinking about something, so we don't know why he's so quiet.
Yeah.
But also, if we account that they're probably using like off-road tires or
Mhm.
not suited for the snow,
Yeah.
it was just a huge. I think it was just a huge. What is it? A huge, just bad act. I don't even know how to put it in the words. It was a huge mistake. It was one mistake after one another and one another.
Yeah.
Because if it's gonna be that freezing and you know it's ice on, like you could see it, then I don't know if you should be driving probably even like anything crazy over the speed limit. Like maybe like 1 or 2, but like speed limit or lower, I would say. And like even weather out here, like most people know how to drive in the snow and ice, but most of
Yeah.
them drive speed limit or slower.
I was gonna say black ice. And okay, so imagine this happened in like LA, like the busiest part of LA, like up in the hills, and it was like they were going that quickly. It would have been 20 times as much. Cause like just think of the
There would
population.
at least been 20 fatalities at least.
At least. And back to the chat. Becca said thoughts on Biden. I'll let someone else start this one off.
I don't really care because
Yeah, I'm not a man of really caring about politics, but what I've seen around him, or like what I've seen in like this huge split in like any social media platform, there's like some good, I guess, and some bad. I haven't gotten a bunch out of it. Like,
Monkey
what is
season.
it? A huge topic was the pipeline, where people were saying
Somebody
that,
just brought that up in the chat. The pipeline, like that's supposed to reduce the global footprint because it's supposed to be transporting oil through pipelines instead of having it being hauled by semis.
yeah, but I don't know. It's a weird situation because I'm totally for green energy because I don't think that we'll have a huge. I don't think we'll be able to go back at this point if we what is
Yeah,
it?
and
If
okay.
we keep going.
But I don't
No,
understand the point of why you would shut that down if that's going to reduce the global footprint by moving gas and oil through a pipeline instead of having it being transported by tankers.
okay, so
I think personally a lot can go wrong there because like if that pipeline gets like punctured at all in the middle of Yellowstone, that's not good at all.
Well,
Because we're gonna start.
it doesn't run through Yellowstone though.
I don't know. I don't know where the hell it runs through because I don't know. I don't know a lot
But
where it runs through.
it's also the same thing as like if a gas line got punctured in a
yeah.
like a neighborhood, it's
Yeah.
even more detrimental.
Yeah, it's a huge detrimental thing on the environment. And I think it's personally good that they switched the money over to the green when they went back into the Paris Agreement because I think that green energy is like seriously the new thing in the world. And if we don't and that if we
Okay.
keep burning these fossil fuels, we're not going to get back.
The thing is, like, okay, I love Elon Musk. Like, he's one of my biggest inspirations in the world. He is not moving quick enough to get us to to either save our planet or get us to a different a habitable planet. Okay, who cares? A
Yeah.
planet that we can move to, like Mars or something, that we could somehow make it possible for us to live a daily life without having to do these insane tasks. I don't think he's moving like fast enough.
I personally think it shouldn't be a
The issue is
I don't think it should
money and just research because to get to Mars, that's a lot of fuel, a lot of energy just to even get out to escape Earth's orbit.
Dude,
Yeah,
less than a month ago, he was the richest person in the world. And if him, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates, they're all working in a team right now a little bit. If they all combine their money and then they get further donations from lower millionaires, we can get there easily.
Okay, I'm gonna bring this up first of all so we don't confuse net worth and actual money in the bank is different.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Elon Musk Oh, does he own PayPal?
Yes.
He owns PayPal, SpaceX,
Like
Tesla,
maybe
and he probably
Uber.
has probably over 50% of stock in each of these. And each of
Yeah.
these companies are billion-dollar companies. So he is huge amounts of net worth. But any smart guy would never have more than probably 10 million in the bank at once because you're not spending more than 10 million in the bank at once.
Yeah.
Well, and then yeah,
Yeah,
well, and
and
then like, and then Ben, like, what are your thoughts on the whole Elon Musk thing?
I haven't heard much about it, so I don't really have a stance on it.
Look at this guy, man.
look at this dude. No, no, no,
What?
But see, but the thing is, it's like as much money as you have, it's still as risky to send humans to Mars than it is to the moon.
Yeah, and
Well,
I don't think that should be a private contractor's job. I think like NASA, like I think they should be partnering with SpaceX and using some of their technology, helping out each
But
okay.
because I
the thing
haven't.
is, NASA's so outdated because they still use they still use well no, but the thing is about all these space launches is those release a crazy amount of
Yeah, carbon emissions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy amounts of crazy carbon emissions.
because they
Except we
carry.
don't.
God.
I think. What is it? I don't know if anyone's even working on like trying to find a more efficient fuel source because I don't think there is. I don't think there seriously is a new
Yeah.
efficient fuel source for this.
For like for space exploration and travel there is no because fossil fuel is the most efficient and effective way of getting rockets out of Earth's atmosphere.
Like, what are you gonna do? Just attach like two industrial fans to like a toy car and just
Like
send that thing out of the Earth? I don't know.
biodiesel doesn't have enough power just to even send something into orbit.
Okay, you
Yeah,
can
it's not.
tell Elon is trying to get to a different planet because he's not working on how far his ships can go. He's working on how to get them back safely. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
that's the
he's
first
working on-
step in
it's
everything.
hard to grasp, bro. Getting
Like-
your planes back safely, not even like because he's confident enough that
Planes.
he knows. Shut up.
Well, no, yeah, he
Um,
can get there, but it's just a matter of fact of getting the rocket back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what he's doing is the perfect first step because if we can't even like reuse the rockets, what's even the point of like trying to go to another planet and reuse our resources to the minimum of our ability? Or trying to maximize our resources to the max of our ability.
Well, he's gonna have to spend a lot of money to get a lot of money because if he goes to Mars, he could mine out all of that iron on the surface and he could make billions or trillions.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
off of
and you
just
could
off
use
of the just the resources on the Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's a pretty smart businessman. No other company does this because they don't have the funds to do this, but he has the funds and he knows how to do it.
Well,
He
okay,
doesn't
then
do
like
it.
Alex said in the chat, like the reason NASA doesn't work on going to Mars is because they don't have enough federal funding.
Yeah, they don't have a ton of federal funding, which they need more of.
I
If
think-
if the
Like
government was
if JFK was president, JFK would be putting more federal money into NASA. But I think that NASA should totally be abandoned, and NASA and SpaceX should be privately funded, and should be America's primary.
But the thing is, if
All right,
NASA started working on how to get to Mars, our taxes would skyrocket, bro. 'Cause you know how expensive that is? Failing every single day, putting billions of dollars down the toilet because we can't get like our ships back on the ground.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
I
okay.
think that if SpaceX does it first and then NASA helps them with the progress, I think that'd just be it's a better overall working together.
See, because if NASA can get to Mars and mine out the Martian resources, I mean, like taxes would be so much lower because that would pay for majority of. Like you could use all that
Material
iron and all
costs.
the materials on Mars.
Iron's probably too heavy.
Yeah, I think they have the funds and the smarts
I think
to
you
be
can
able
make-
to
Yeah.
do whatever they want almost.
Yeah,
it's
on
just
this funding
It's
thing-
just waiting for the right time because you can't land in a dust storm. You have to have the right trajectory.
Yeah.
You have to have the right speed. You have to have the right escape launch. And it's just a whole process.
There's a lot of things that go into this whole process.
That's
And
why
it's
like,
super expensive process.
That's why Apollo 13 or that mission where they got onto the moon the very first time, it was so dangerous because they couldn't see where they were landing because it was all just dust. It was pure dust. They couldn't see what they were landing on. They couldn't
Well,
see if they
yeah.
were completely
But and
silent.
then the problem with the dust is that the solar panels on the thing get just jacked because they can't get.
Yeah.
It's like the Rovers, and hold that thought. We are out of time.
Really?
Yeah, that
Again?
was 20 minutes. All right.
Well,
That
damn.
concludes the first episode. I'm your host, your two co-hosts, and our guest. Thank you for tuning in, and we will have some more episodes.